Well done for braving the conditions outside. This is the post-race drivers' press conference after round 7 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship here in Monaco. Please welcome to the stage Sébastien Buemi from Envision Racing, Oliver Rowland from Nissan Formula E, and Nick Cassidy from Jaguar TCS Racing. Seb, we saw emotional scenes there in your post-race interview, nearly 6 years since your victory. How does it feel now? It's starting to sink in that you've won another Formula E race after such a long time.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a long time. Can't even remember the last time in New York, but yeah, you know, you need everything to align properly in this kind of races. The attack mode, you know, when you do what, when you fight, when you overtake, and I guess today everything just, you know, aligned properly. I was lucky to take the attack mode at the right time. You know, now if you get a full course yellow while you're in attack mode, you lose your race. And I think that's really something that they need to change for the championship. You know, you can't be losing something that makes such a big difference, especially if it's not your fault. But yeah, I think I was just able to pass Oli and De Vries and Jeff quite quickly, and then I was able to make a big gap at the end with the attack mode. And I think that was the key, because every straight you spend behind a car that is not on attack mode, you basically waste a lot of lap time. So I think that was the key.
It was a great drive from you, 3 wins in Monaco now. What is the secret, the key to winning here on the streets of Monte Carlo, especially in the wet conditions?
I don't know. I mean, you need a good car. You need to make the right decisions, clearly. I mean, also at the end, it was drying up quite a lot. You could see a bit, you know, so you had to be, you know, kind of clever on where to put the car, because clearly you could start to see the line drying up, and there was quite a lot of lap time if you were able to have the confidence to attack in those corners. But yeah, I mean, the last 10 laps, really, I was just hoping for no crash from anyone, no safety car, no, you know. Was lucky with that.
It's obviously a very emotional day. We saw you celebrating with your family. How have you kept the faith over the last few months and even years to know that another victory is coming in Formula E?
Yeah, I guess, you know, you're a competitor. You go again and again. But of course, at some point, you doubt yourself. You think, you know, I can't do it. You know, I was teammate with those 2 guys, and at some point they were a lot better than me. So you've got to work hard, and you know, if you keep pushing, at some point, you know, you try to learn from your mistakes and it gets better. I think that car never suited my style very much, but you know, I'm trying to learn still.
And finally, the question I probably should have asked Ollie yesterday, but I'll ask you now. There's a swimming pool not far from here. Will you be taking a dip? You were already a little bit wet, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't think it would make such a big difference, so we can have a go.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And congratulations again, Sébastien Buemi, our race winner. Ollie, I'm going to ask you this now. Will you be going in the swimming pool as a delayed reaction to what happened 24 hours ago?
No, I got wet enough in the race.
OK, fine, we'll move on. And what were your thoughts then on that move on Jev? That was the kind of big moment of drama there. Did you know that you'd be giving that place back straight away? What was the advice from the team?
Honestly, he was kind of trying to slow the race down and back it up a little bit, so I was getting a little bit impatient, because I think he knew that I was the only one that hadn't done my attack mode, so he wanted to keep the pack quite close together. For me, I was like pretty much wheel to wheel, and I would have been able to make the apex of 11, but at the same time, it's not easy to get 2 cars through there, so I kind of understood that they could see it one of 2 ways. Honestly, from in the car, my initial reaction was to give it back straight away, just because I had a decent amount of attack mode left, and I didn't want to risk getting 5 seconds at the end of the race in case there's a safety car or something like that. But when I came out of the corner, I looked in my mirrors. It was just full of cars, one on the inside, one here, one there. And I tried a little bit, like I lifted, but I just said, no, it's going to get really messy if I end up giving it back. So, yeah, for me, it's kind of a racing incident, but I also get both sides. It's one of those which is hard to call. But yesterday, with Taylor, twice, we had the same position completely, and it's okay. So, yeah, we'll see.
OK. Obviously, a great weekend for you. First, second, great for the team. With Tokyo in 2 weeks, it must give you and everyone a boost going into what is a very important race weekend for the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, coming here, you know, I'd had a pretty tough weekend in Miami, so I really focused on the sim and with my engineers to kind of go through that and try and understand what happened. And also, I was a bit complacent myself, I think, in Miami. So I was back on it here with the prep and understood what it took, and then I was pretty solid. So hopefully, I don't expect to always be here. So that I think that's quite unrealistic. But if I can keep doing the best job I can, there's no reason why I can't keep scoring consistent points.
When you come into the second race of a double race weekend, when you've already won the first race, how different is your mentality when you come to that second race? Because we saw today, you know, perhaps you could have given those positions back. It would have maybe not been as bad because you've already bagged some decent points this weekend. I'm just interested to know the sort of mentality change, if any, of course.
Honestly, I was content to score 10 points. Weirdly, this morning I woke up in a really bad mood and I was arguing with everyone in my team before I even went out in free practice. So I was still annoyed that I didn't have an answer from the stewards from yesterday on the incidents that we spoke about. And I think I was shouting at everybody before I even went out, and I had a bit of an argument with Norman after free practice as well. So I was in a bad mood for some reason, and I wasn't particularly quick in FP3, but I kind of refocused myself. But honestly, it's more like just trying to consolidate a good double header. You know, you come here and you don't know if your car's going to be competitive or not. Thankfully, it was. And today it was like, wow, I got 25 points yesterday. If I can add another 10 to it, then that's a super weekend. But yeah, that was pretty much my mentality.
So your mood's better now?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just woke up angry.
Champagne? You can finally have it now?
Yeah, I'm going to have some tonight, yeah.
Excellent stuff. Congratulations, Oliver Rowland. And Nick Cassidy, a very positive result after what's been a very tough few months for the start of the season. How do you reflect on the last few months up until this moment right now?
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's already feeling like a big weight off monkey off the back kind of thing. You know, I kind of have gone through a run last year like Ollie's going through now, and honestly, it's been a huge dry spell of being really tough events. We just keep working hard though. Don't think, you know, and probably Seb can back this up, that we've had probably the most competitive car this year, which has been a bit of a shock considering where we were in the last few seasons, and to kind of be in this position with our guys after things didn't quite work out last year was pretty tough on everyone, but everyone's kept working hard. We're starting to show glimpses of great performance, I think. I think the difference yesterday to today in FP3 was definitely a clear one, so you know, there's light in the tunnel, and we'll keep working to try to get better throughout the season still. You
made up 11 places today on the streets of Monaco, which is notoriously hard. You must be very proud of yourself for doing that. I mean, an impressive drive.
Yeah, look, I mean, my mistake in Miami cost us 12 points, and that was very amateurish. That's completely on me. I did a similar mistake yesterday in the race, which I think cost us, in the end, what was looking like a P4, P5, starting P19. I thought the strategy in the car speed yesterday was really, really good. So it was about time that I kind of didn't screw things up for my guys. And at the same time, you know, saying that, it's full credit to Seb and his win today. They share the same car as us. We obviously have full visibility of what he's doing on setup and systems, and there was no secret setup or magic bullet on his car. The difference today was Seb, so a huge respect to that. And honestly, I'm proud of my race, but when I look at his quality and race, it's impressive. And so, yeah, hand up. Nice.
Finally, how do you ensure that in 2 weeks' time we're speaking again after you've been on the podium in Tokyo?
Like I said, I think, you know, we've shown glimpses of performance. We're trying to understand why at times we're fighting top 3, why at times we're fighting P19. That's kind of our situation with our car at the moment. I think we're kind of starting to understand where we've gone wrong, and if we can put those pieces of the puzzle together in Tokyo, hopefully we're fighting the front.
Excellent. Congratulations, Nick. Questions in the room? If anyone would like to answer a question, please raise your hand right now. Jack first.
Jack Smith, Motorsport Week. Sebastian, with such a long gap between wins and with some rumours in the paddock about some of the more experienced drivers perhaps leaving Formula E soon, has this victory reinvigorated your love of this championship?
Basically, yes, you know, when you do a race, but you know, I'm competing in a different championship as well, and at some point that will be down to the FIA and Formula E what they want to do. You know, if they want to clash with other championships, then at some point you have to make a decision. You know, and I think everyone's selfish enough to make the right decision for themselves. I still strongly believe that when you have 11 weekends, you know, and you offset your championship by more than 4 or 5 months, you should still manage to not have clashes. But who knows? I guess in a few months' times we'll know whether it's realistic to continue to do both championship or if it's not.
Thank you. Any more questions in the room?
Audrey Turiani from La Gazette de Monaco. Your first 2 wins were on the short version of the track. Does it feel like a first win in Monaco or a third win in Monaco?
Can't even go now. Yeah. Yeah.
Very much. Okay. No. Meeting. Please. Coming up.